Have you ever met someone who never speaks much, but when they do, they're almost always right? Someone who prefers logic over impulse, accuracy over shortcuts, and silence over small talk? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we dive into Chapter 7 of Surrounded by Idiots, where we meet the final personality type in the color model, blue. Let's explore what makes blues the quiet perfectionists of the world. Meet the blue, calm, calculated, and correct. Imagine walking into someone's home and noticing that every tool, every hook, every shelf is precisely labeled and organized. That's a classic blue. They thrive on structure, analysis, and facts. They don't talk much, but when they do, it's detailed, accurate, and usually impossible to argue with. Not because they dominate the conversation, but because they've already done their research. Quiet confidence is their trademark. The blue logic, facts over feelings. Blues don't just feel their way through decisions, they calculate. If something doesn't add up, they'll quietly investigate. They're skeptical by nature and can even come across as pessimistic, but in truth, they're realists who just want to get things right. To a blue, cutting corners equals losing control. Every paragraph matters. Every screw in a cabinet kit must match the manual. Even if no one's watching, they'll do it properly, because that's just who they are. Why they seem slow to act. You may think they're indecisive, but blues just like to prepare. Deeply. They triple-check everything. From packing their child's bag to analyzing a business contract, nothing escapes their attention. They often prefer the process over the outcome. While a red rushes to the finish line, a blue enjoys analyzing every twist in the road. That's why they sometimes delay making decisions, not out of fear, but out of thoroughness. A real-life story, when more material, is never enough. There's a great story in this chapter about a blue CEO who was offered a leadership program. The initial proposal was 35 pages. He asked for more. The next one was 85 pages. He still asked, "Is there more material?" Eventually, the author gave him hundreds of pages detailing every 15-minute segment. Only then did the CEO feel ready to move forward, not because he was stalling, but because he wanted complete understanding. That's blue behavior in action. The builder's mind, precision even in gravel. The author's father, a blue through and through, once helped him build the patio. Before a single shovel of gravel was moved, he inspected the pile, calculated the volume, and measured the incline down to the centimeter. 1 centimeter per meter, that was the standard. Not around 1 centimeter. Exact. Because a blue knows that even a 100% deviation in slope matters. That's how seriously they take quality. Silence is wisdom. Blues are also deeply introverted. They don't speak unless it adds value. But that silence isn't emptiness, it's active thought. They're the ones standing at the edge of a group, silently observing, absorbing, analyzing. When they finally do speak, it's often something you hadn't thought of, but wish you had. Blue minds that change the world. Think of Bill Gates, Einstein, Sandra Day O'Connor. These are blue minds, systematic, detail-focused, and calm. They value truth, precision, and process. Even fictional characters like Mr. Spock from Star Trek show us what a life of logic and control looks like. Blues might not make the most noise in the room, but they often make the most impact. They're planners, thinkers, and doers of the highest quality. They may not crave recognition, but they certainly deserve it. So if you have a blue in your life, or if you are one, celebrate that quiet pursuit of perfection. The world needs more people who think before they act and care enough to do things right. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next personality breakdown. Drop a comment below if you know someone who's totally blue. Until next time, Stay thoughtful, stay curious.